Call.
She calls?
I prefer once, but it's up to you. Yikes.
Oh my god.
In this video, this recreational poker player Robbi makes such an impossible poker play that the only conclusion her opponent can make is that she has cheated him. Hustler Casino Live, the popular poker live stream, is once again in the spotlight for a cheating scandal. You may remember just 7 months ago we covered a story where this doofus, Skills Rocks, was caught cheating on stream by physically looking at our friend Barry's cards. This time is slightly different. Watch to see why one of the top poker cash game players of today, fan favorite Garrett Adelstein, ends up with this look of pure menace on his face and why he even ends up leaving the game early. We are playing super high stakes no limit hold'em with blinds at 100, 200, 400 plus a 400 big blind ante. With millions of dollars on the table, the hand starts with action folding around to Garrett in the third blind, who raises to $3,000 with 8-7 of clubs. Robbi has the shuttle on this hand under the gun and decides to make the call with Jack 4 off. The flop comes 10-10-9 with 2 clubs. An amazing flop for Garrett, who flops a straight flush draw. Being first to act, Garrett starts the betting and makes it $2,500. Robbi does not have a great hand by any means, but does have the Jack of clubs for some backdoor possibilities. She decides to float and make the call, which is not unreasonable by any means. The turn is a brick, the 3 of hearts, and this is where things get very interesting. Garrett continues betting and makes it $10,000 or about pot. Robbi, however, has other plans as she min raises to $20,000. This doesn't really make a ton of sense, but is once again not that insane. Garrett thinks it over and ends up putting Robbi all in by 3-bet jamming for about $100,000 more. Now at this point, the hand should be done with, right? Well, not so fast.
She's gonna put a time chip out? She said that she thought Garrett had a draw about 20 minutes ago when Garrett had the full house, the Queen 4 against Jack 8. And she took some time with it. And then she said,
I just want to call to see it. I think he might have me though. 3's no good? This is why you shouldn't be in hands like this.
she doesn't have a 3. So
You want me to call you?
I don't know what she is thinking about here, because she loses to some bluffs like king, queen, queen, jack types of things too.
I vote no.
I call.
She calls?
I prefer once, but it's up to you. Yikes.
Oh my god.
Let's see the hand. So far, so good. It looks
Not
like
it?
you're ahead.
What is going
I
on
prefer
here?
once, but it's up to you.
Is it possible that her hand might be misread in the card graphics or something?
Because I have a shitty hand.
You do? Yikes.
She guys that hated her hand.
Got it.
Great.
Done. Okay.
You have pocket 3? Two guys that hated
What?
No.
No?
No, I just thought this is a pure bluff catcher I'm dealing with right now.
With Jack high?
Purely. But, yeah, I think he has me beat.
We'll go to the river. The river is a 9.
That one's you for sure.
They're gonna run it
Unless you have, like,
twice,
pocket 5
I
and
don't think so.
she's
You have,
gonna.
like, small pair?
You give me that much credit?
I don't know.
Haven't you seen what I've
She's
done?
good with the first one.
Let's
turn him over. You're already not that
Oh. No.
If the cards are correct.
You're already there.
What is it called?
What a sick call.
And the river breaks out again.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
I want to see. Does she have Jack 4?
She had 4 Jack high?
What?
Whoa!
Look at
Whoa! What the fuck?
Whoa, look at Garrett's face.
That's some fucking poker right there.
That was sick.
Wow. That's strong.
That was sick.
Oh, shit.
That is super, super strange. You can see his reaction. Like, what?
Ma'am? Very nice to be
You fucking stupid.
Jacob, you look like you want to kill me. I'm not Jacob. I'm like, you look like you want to kill me,
He
dude.
wants to vomit.
I wasn't letting the hand. I want to vomit.
Wow.
This is.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I mean, usually Garrett would be fairly congratulatory if somebody made a hero call like that, but
He has a blocker to the straight
he
flush.
seems somewhat disturbed.
That's right, Robbi ends up calling and holding and beating Garrett with one of the most unexpected hands ever. Just jack high. As we can see, Garrett is in disbelief from what has happened, and he quickly turns from happy-go-lucky to deadpan serious. Garrett is clearly perplexed, and we can tell he does not think things are on the up and up, aka he thinks he was somehow cheated.
Oh, look
I
at
don't
that.
understand sort of what's happening right now.
If my jack was in a club, I would have been out.
What do you mean if your jack was in a club?
She had a blocker.
You know you've let me do this to you several times now.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
I'm just testing it.
Yeah.
And
This
you just
doesn't
keep
seem super
letting me
funny
do
to
this.
me,
And
honestly,
no,
at all,
like
but
when
how
you
much money is
when
that?
you bet that like high big
Yeah.
stack, why did
I
you go
don't-
on
I don't
only
need to
twice?
say
I thought you were on ace high. Ace high.
And then so why call with jack high then?
First of all, a little bit of a straight draw. I have blockers on there.
No,
Like,
on the
like
turn
that.
though. So you called all in on the turn because
Yeah, because you don't have shit.
That's right. She
You don't
thinks you
have
can't beat a
shit.
jack high.
It's not about what I have. It's about what I don't think you have when you play against me. That's
You
it.
didn't think you had jack queen of clubs.
75. You let me do this to you post stream too. Last time we played.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna keep letting me.
Okay, 50, 75, 100.
You're not the only one that gets lucky sometimes, Garrett. You don't have to get that upset.
that's not a poker hand.
That wasn't. I played you and not the hand. What's the problem? I played you. So don't let me play you.
Garrett and Robbi later leave the table to talk with stream owner Ryan Feldman and privacy. It is discovered that after speaking, Robbi ends up giving Garrett the money back that she had just won from him. We can see this as Garrett re-enters and adds the chips to his stack. This causes Robbi's friend Rip, or Jacob, to become livid and start attacking Garrett off stream.
What is going on? That's Rip.
Yeah, I would. I take that money. Never mind, I take that money back.
This guy fucking takes the money back she won from you? No, he's a pussy. You are a fucking pussy. Hey, bro. I'm out.
What is going on here?
Give her the fucking money back. He made her fucking give him the money back.
This is really
Yeah,
unanticipated.
fuck that. I'm out. I don't play in this fucking shit. He fucking made her give the money back.
What do you mean made her? How do you make,
He
How do you-
fucking told her to give the money back and accused her of cheating.
how do you make someone give the money back? I don't understand.
I don't know. He took it. She fucking he somehow talked her into giving the fucking money.
Why?
It is also later discovered that Rip has 50% of Robbi's action in this game, which makes sense as to why he was especially angry. Her money is his money. Garrett returns to the table one final time to secure his chips and ultimately leave the game. The show goes on as usual the rest of the night, and we get to hear from Robbi in a long-winded interview where she claims she was actually holding Jack 3 for a pair. This is supported by her saying this during the hand.
Three's no good?
But then unsupported when she, quote, did not look back at her hand.
I didn't look back at my hand to see that it was Jack 4.
Many people have a problem with this, as we can see she clearly does look back at her hand. Another player at the table also asks her if she has a 3 and she replies no.
Okay.
What?
No. No, I just thought this is a pure bluff catcher.
This is not super clear and she may have been thinking they were referring to pocket 3s still, but it is questionable questionable. And finally, in her deciding factor for calling, Robbi says she played/read the man, not the cards. After the show, Garrett went on to post his thoughts on the hand in the form of several screenshots where, in summary, he says Robbi 100% cheated. He has gotten lots of support, but also lots of hate. Hustler Casino also posted a statement of their own saying that they will do a thorough investigation, but the show will continue to operate just without Garrett and Robbi. So where do we stand with all of this now? While we wait for more information from Hustler Casino, Joey Ingram's RTA News stream has had many people involved in the stream on to tell their side of the story, including Robbi, Charles Liu, Robbi's husband, and Rip, or Jacob, Robbi's friend. The funniest development from this story for me has to be when Doug Polk suggested Robbi and Rip are dating, and thus more than just friends.
She's actually dating the player named Rip on the show. I have an inside source that has told me they've seen them essentially talking together and in a romantic sense, and also that he is backing her in a lot of these games.
Joey ends up confronting Robbi's husband about this, and we get this response.
What is going on with the dating situation? She, as far as I'm aware, she is certainly not dating him. That would be news to me. And last time I checked, we weren't in one of those LA relationships that you rep. That would be news to me. If I were in one of those relationships, I would be an unwilling participant. But you know, who knows?
Later, Rip joins the call, signed in as Robbi, and suddenly has to leave because of Wi-Fi issues despite seemingly having a great connection.
You know, I have a wife who I love and adore, and we just had a newborn baby who's only 2 months old right now, so it's a little foul that people are, you know, saying those kind of things as far as, you know, anything further than a professional working relationship that I have with Robbi. So I kind of wanted to just clarify that. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can connect the Wi-Fi. Call you back and can I log back on? Can you text
go
me
ahead.
the link over?
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
hold on.
No, just use the same link. Yeah, just log back out, come back on, and then yeah, we'll continue it. Okay. Cool. Someone said, why is he on Robbi's account? Yeah. Thank you. I was wondering the same, but is what it is.
Understandably, the chat went crazy and concluded Robbi and Rip had to be together. Rip explained he didn't know his Zoom login, so Robbi simply gave him hers to use. Is this what really happened? Who knows? But we can certainly speculate. Just like we can speculate on whether or not Robbi really cheated Garrett in this hand. Everyone has an opinion, including well-known poker figures Berkey and Doug Polk, who point out suspicious vibrating in this other hand between Robbi and Garrett.
A very clear vibrating starts in her body and chair. Extremely clear. She is shaking. The chair is shaking. The moment the vibrating stops, she says, "You can have this one."
I don't know what she's really thinking about here.
You can have this one.
Her legs are shaking. I thought the same thing when I watched it the first time. I was like, oh, her legs must be shaking. And then I watched it again and again and again and again and again. And her legs don't fucking move.
But at this point, no one truly knows. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on the situation, and subscribe to stay up to date.
Yeah. I think I want my money back. You know, I think you got the wrong impression about me. I think in all fairness, I should explain to you exactly what it is that I do. For instance, tomorrow morning I'll get up nice and early, take a walk down over to the bank and walk in and see you, and if you don't have my money for me, I'll crack your fucking head wide open in front of everybody in the bank.